What are you having? Princess Anil's sweet voice attracted everyone's attention to turn and look at her. Pelantita's eyes were sweet, filled with joy, as the wait for this day finally ended, while Prick's umber eyes widened, obsessed with devouring the giant dumplings with a quick, steady rhythm. As for the little lady, she put everything and ran towards Auntie as if they had never met before. Auntie, Auntie! Alan Lada spread her arms wide to demand a hug from the auntie she felt almost loved and attached to. Hug, hug! Princess Anil saw this and only smiled widely. She slumped her body before spreading her arms wide to wait for the hug of the girl who ran towards her with all her might. Princess Anil laughed loudly as the small body ran into her chest. That little head had crashed into her beautiful oval chin due to the hurried gesture of the little lady who was not paying attention to anything due to her age. Is Alan a good girl today? Princess Anil spoke in a very gentle voice as she tightened her embrace towards her first niece. I'm the best child. Today, I didn't do any stunts. I just played Mo Cow, Mo Kang with Peeprick for a little bit, Auntie. Princess Anil smiled as she reached out and ran her hand over Alin Lada's raven black hair very affectionately. Who braided your hair? It looks so beautiful. Auntie Pin did it for me. Alin Lada smiled widely until her cheek formed deep dimple. Alin sat still so Auntie Pin could do it easily. Is that so? Princess Anil turned her face to talk with Lady Pilantata and gave her a sweet glint. Did Alan sit still? It's considered more still than every day. It is considered that Pilantita was able to sue Lady Allen's behavior tactfully because even now, the person mentioned is still as clear eyed as ever, not knowing that Auntie Pen was referring to her being very naughty the other day. Today, Auntie Pen made pork dumplings for me. A cheerful voice sounded from the ear of the owner of the warm embrace. Auntie, can you feed me? Hmm. Princess Anel repeated her niece's words in a low, throaty voice. Why don't you learn to eat them yourself? Well, if you feed me, I'll be able to eat a lot. Maybe it was because the girl smiled widely and innocently. Princess Anel led her niece to her favorite smoky grey single sofa before picking up the chubby girl to sit on her lap and hugging her in a lovely and gentle gesture. So gentle that Lady Pilantita had to smile happily, which usually happens only when she, Princess Anil, and Anil Lada were together. Mmm. Princess Anil used a small fork to feed the dumplings into that tiny mouth while giving a voice of encouragement to her favorite niece. Mmm. Lady Anil accepted the dumplings and chewed them deliciously. Pilantita couldn't help but laugh. With the affection of the little lady, just few minutes ago, she was so skilled that she could eat several bites by herself. Nevertheless, when she saw the face of her auntie, the girl was so pleading that she had to demand that her auntie feed her, bite by bite. When the little lady's dumplings plate ran out, Belantita also prepared another dish of dumplings served with tea, especially for Princess Anil. It had been 5 years since the young woman had behaved like this. In the morning, she would rush to finish translating the youth literature that she had planned. In the late afternoon, Belantita devotes herself to taking care of her and Princess Anil's niece, like their daughter, who often hung out at the Pine Palace. In the evening, she'll be busy preparing snacks for both the little one and the big one, who will return after finishing teaching at the university. Your dumplings, it has pleased me. It's still like that and will never change. Princess Anil spoke in her sweet, gentle voice, as she had always done. Nevertheless, today, Pilantita felt very embarrassed because she was in front of a servant like Prick and a little Alindada. The young woman could only raise her index finger to her lips as a sign to dissuade Princess Anil. Auntie, Lada swallowed her last bite from her dumpling and turned to stare at Aunt with clear eyes. Today, are you going to read a tale for me? Sure, are you ready? Princess Anil said as she stole a big kiss on Anil Lada's puffy cheek. Ready! The child's eyes lit up. No one can tell stories as fun as Auntie. Princess Anil heard this, carrying her niece's tiny body to sit on the long beige sofa in front of the fire palace before stealing to kiss that puffy cheek again. Then I'll come back. I'll go wash my face for a moment. Yes, Alan is waiting to hear stories from you. Princess Anil smiled before walking into her bedroom. Pelantita took this moment to start a gentle conversation with Princess Anil in the bedroom. The young woman followed the steps of Princess Anil as she walked and sat in the chair in front of the mirror table. She carefully took off her necklace while Princess Anil took off her beautiful pair of earrings with gently and pleasing manner. After removing all her jewelry, Lady Pin helped Princess Anil change her clothes from a long dress to a white shirt and cream colored shorts before picking up a cloth soaked in warm water in a silver bowl to dab on Princess Anil's forehead, clear cheek, her long neck, fragile shoulder, and the smooth hairline with a gentle touch, making her beautiful body in front of her as if it were a jade statue. Thank you, Kunpin, Princess Anil said as she delicately embraced Pilantita's thin body with extreme love. Anil? Yes? Pilantita responded to Princess Anil's embrace by raising both hands to wrap around her neck before leaning in and whispering in Princess Anil's ear for a long time. Princess Anil's eyes shone brightly as soon as she understood the person words in her arms. She bent down and passionately kissed Pilantita's soft, full lips. How can she not feel infatuated when Lady Pilantita's whispered sentence had the meaning? Since today, Anil has kissed our daughter cheeks many times. At this time, can you kiss her mother's cheeks? That's it for this chapter, guys, and I'll see you soon with next chapter. Thank you.